Hello children, how are you? Today I have come with a new topic, and this time I have taken topic from class 8, and the topic name is direct and indirect variation. Today children, I will tell you what is direct and indirect variation, and will take various questions. So very first I will tell you what is direct variation. Before telling to the direct variation, I am taking an example children. Let's suppose you went to the market and you bought a pen, and price of one pen was 10 rupees. Let's suppose you want to buy 2 pens. So for that, how much you have to pay? 20 rupees. If you want to buy 3 pens, then how much you will pay? 30 rupees. If you want to buy 4 pens, then how much you will pay? 40 rupees. This is quantity of pen, and this is price. Here children, you can see that if you want to buy more pens, so for that you have to pay more. And price of one pen is 10 rupees, price of 2 pen is 20 rupees, price of 3 pen is 30 rupees, and price of 4 pen is 40 rupees. Here children, you can see that if you increase the number of quantity of pen, so for that you have to pay more rupees. And one more thing, if you increase the quantity 3 times, if you increase the quantity 3 times, so the price of pen will also increase by 3 times. If you increase the quantity 2 times, then the price of pen will also increase by 2 times. If you increase the quantity 4 times, so the price of pen will also increase by 4 times. Here you can see that as you increase the quantity by certain factor, then the price of pen will also increase by the same factor. Okay, if you increase the quantity of pen by a certain factor, then the price of pen will also increase by same factor. So this is the correlation between the quantity and price. So here quantity is I have taken an example of pen. So for this I can write this is a good example of direct variation children. Now I can write the definition of direct variation. So I will say two quantity will be in direct variation if we increase one quantity by certain factor, then the other quantity will also increase by the same factor. If I am taking two quantities and if I am increasing one quantity by some certain factor, then the other quantity will also increase by the same factor. Then we can say that both quantity will be in direct variation. Now I am going to write the definition of direct variation. What is the definition of direct variation? Direct variation. Two quantities will be in direct variation if one quantity is increased by certain factor, then the other quantity will also increase by same factor. So this is the definition of direct variation. Children, I took example of pen. So price of one pen was 10 rupees, price of 2 pen was 20 rupees, price of 3 pen was 30 rupees, price of 4 pen was 40 rupees. So children, if I want to take the ratio of quantity to price, so what I will get in first situation, it will be 1:10. In the second case, if I want to take the ratio of quantity to price, so what will be the ratio? 2 1 2, 2 20, 20. It will be 1:10. In the third case, if I want to take the ratio of quantity to price, so it will be 3 1 3, 3 10, 30, 1:10. In the fourth case, if I want to take the ratio, so it will be 4 1 4, 4 10, 40, 1:10. So in all four cases, children, you can see that the ratio is same. It is not changing anywhere. It remains constant. If I take the ratio of quantity to price, so it remains same. It doesn't change. So let's suppose this is x1 quantity, this is x2 quantity, this is x3 quantity, this is x4 quantity. Let's suppose this is y1 is the price for x1 quantity, y2 is the price for the x2 quantity, y3 is the price for x3 quantity, y4 is the price for the x4 quantity. So if I take two quantity x1 and x2 and both quantity in direct proportion, so I can write x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2 is equal to k, where k is constant and here value of k is 1:10. Okay, it can be changed if we take other situation. Understood? So if two quantities x1 and x2 are in direct proportion, so I can write x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2 is equal to k. What does this mean? This means the ratio of quantity to price will remain same in every condition, it will not change. Understood? So this can be written as x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2. So when I will do cross multiplication, what I will get, x1 by 2 is equal to x2 by 1. This is the condition. This is the condition when two quantity are in direct proportion. This is the formula. x1 by 2 is equal to x2 by 2. Understood? Now children, what I will do? Now I will take the indirect variation and will tell you what is indirect variation. Children, indirect variation is just opposite to direct variation. In direct variation, what happens? When one quantity increases by the same factor, other quantity will also increase by the same factor. But indirect variation, it will be opposite. If one quantity is increased by certain factor, then the other quantity will decrease by the same factor. This is the difference. In the indirect variation, what will happen? If we increase the one quantity, other quantity will decrease. This is the difference. So here I am writing the definition. I can write the definition. Indirect variation. Okay. Two quantities will be in indirect variation if one quantity increase by certain factor, then other quantity will decrease by same factor. So this is the definition. If two quantities are in direct variation, so if we increase the one quantity by the certain factor, then the other quantity will decrease by the same factor. Understood? So I am taking an example. Let's suppose this is man and this is number of days. 50 men can build a wall in 100 days. Let's suppose 50 men can complete a wall in 100 days. If I increase the number of men, I double the quantity of men, so it will be 100. So if I take 100 men, so 100 men will complete the wall in 50 days. Because more men, if we add more men, so work will be done in less time. So initially it was completed in 100 days. When I add more men to the wall, so work will be done in less time. Now it will be completed in 50 days. So here, children, you can see that when I increase the quantity, the other quantity decreases. When I increase the quantity by 2 times, so other quantity decrease by 1/2. Other quantity is decreased by half. Other quantity decreased by the same time. Understood? So here I am increasing the quantity by 50, so other quantity is decreasing by 50. So this is the example of indirect variation. Let it is x1, it is y1, it is x2, it is y2. So if x1 and x2 are in direct variation, so what you can see, children, product of x1 and y1 in both cases remains same. 50 into 100, it will be 5000 in first case. If I take second case 100 into 50, so it will be 5000 in second case. 5,000 in both cases. It is not changing. So I can say that if x1 and x2 are two quantity and both quantity are in indirect variation, so I can write x1 into y1 will be equal to x2 into y2. Product of first quantity to the product of first quantity will equal to the product of second quantity. It will not change. Understood? This is the formula. x1 into y1 is equal to x2 into y2. Understood? Okay. Now the problem is, children, sir, how we can understand how we will apply direct variation and indirect variation in any particular question. So very first, what you will do, children, you will see the question. If you are increasing the quantity, one quantity, and another quantity is increasing, then in that case you will apply direct variation in that question. And if you are increasing the quantity, one quantity, and other quantity is decreasing by the same quantity, then you can apply the indirect variation. So this is the key point you can keep in your mind. If you are increasing the quantity in question and other quantity is increasing, so in that case you will apply direct variation. And if you are increasing the quantity, one quantity, other quantity is decreasing, so in that case you will apply indirect variation. Understood? Now children, I will take question, and with the help of question we will see how we can solve the question. So very first I will take two questions for direct variation, and then after I will take two questions for indirect variation. Let's suppose this is question of direct variation. Price of 6 books or 7 books is 70 rupees. In 100 rupees, how many books can be purchased? So very first, what you will do, children? Very first you will try to understand this is a case of direct variation or indirect variation. So for this, what you will do, you will make the column. This is number of books and this is price. What is the price of 7 books? That is 70 rupees. And it is asking in 100 rupees how many books we can purchase. So children, what you will do, very first you will see, if you increase the one quantity, the other quantity is increases or decreases. So here price of 7 book is 70 rupees. I want to buy sorry, if I want to buy more books, so for that I will have to pay more rupees, na? So it is very clear that if I am increasing the number of books, so price will also increase. So it will be case of direct variation. So I can apply the formula of direct variation. I will write, since it is a case of direct variation, then x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2. What is x1? That is 7. What is y1? That is 17. What is x2? We don't know. That suppose x2 is p. And what is y2? That is 100. Now what I will do? I will do the cross multiplication. P into 70 is equal to 7 into 100. So 70p is equal to 700. So p is equal to 700 upon 70. So p is equal to 10. P is equal to 10. So in 100 rupees, how many books we can purchase? We can purchase 10. This is the answer. If you want to check your answer, you can easily check. Take the ratio of book to price. So 7:70, 1:10, 10:100. It is also 1:10. It is not changing, na? It means your answer is correct. In this way, you can check your answer. Understood? Okay. Now I am taking another question. Question number 2. A train is moving with uniform speed of 120 km per hour. Then the question is, how far will it travel in 36 minutes? And the second question is, in how much time will it cover 210 kilometers? So very first you will see this is you will think this is direct variation question or indirect variation question. So what you will do for that, you will take time and distance covered by train. So if train takes more time, so it will cover more distance. If train takes less time, so it will cover less time. So it is very clear that this is a case of direct variation. So what I will do, the speed of train is given, that is 120 km per hour. It means the speed of train is 120 km per hour. It means in 1 hour train covers 120 km, and we know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So in 60 minutes we can say 60 minutes train cover 120 km. So in 1 minute train cover 120 upon 60 km. But in the question it is asking how far will it travel in 36 minutes. So in 36 minutes train cover 120 upon 60 into 36. 6 to the 12 is equal to 72 km. So in 36 minutes train will cover 72 km. Understood or not? Now we have completed our first answer. Now we will move into the second answer. So for that what I will do, I will make the table. Take the screenshot of this. Okay, can I rub this? Okay. Now I will make the table. Time, and in this column I will take distance. In 36 minutes train cover how much? 72 km. So in the question it is asking, in 210 km, while covering 210 km, how much time train will take? So I don't know what the time train will take. So it is a case of direct variation, na? So I will write, since it is a case of direct variation, so I can write x1 upon y1 is equal to h2 upon y2. What is the value of h1? That is 36. What is the value of y1? That is 72. What is the value of h2? That is, we don't know. Let's suppose it is p. And what is the value of y2? That is 210. Now I will do the cross multiplication. So p into 72 is equal to 36 into 210. So 72p is equal to 36 into 210. So p is equal to 36 into 210 upon 72. 36 1 is 36, 36 2 is 72. 2 1 is 2, 2 1 is 2, 205. So p is equal to how much? 105 minutes. So for covering 210 km, train will take 10 will take 105, which is the answer. Understood? In this way you can solve your answer. Okay, now I want to check my answer is correct or incorrect. So what I will do, for that I will take the ratio of x1 and y1. So what is the ratio of x1 and y1? That is 1:2. 36 1 is 36, 36 2 is 72. And if I take the ratio of this x2 and y2, 105 2 is 210. It is also 1/2. It means my answer is correct. In this way, children, you can solve the question of direct and indirect variation. Okay, what is important when you are solving question of direct and indirect variation? You very first you will see if we are increasing one quantity, so other quantity is increasing or decreasing. If other quantity, second quantity is increasing while increasing first quantity, so it means it is a case of direct variation. And if you are increasing the quantity, first quantity, other quantity is decreasing by the same factor, it means it is a case of indirect variation. So now you will apply the formula of indirect variation. In this way, children, you can solve the question of direct and indirect variation. Okay, that's it for today. In my next lecture, I will upload many questions of direct and indirect variation. Okay.